Hello, football fans, and welcome to Waco ISD Stadium for another exciting night of Texas high school football. Tonight, the Waco Lions host the Waxahachie Indians. I'm Lark Smith, along with Hal Harrison. Hal, this is a very winnable game for the Lions.
It is. Waco High is going to roll out 18 seniors tonight on their last home game. They've come in playing for pride tonight. If they can put two good halves together, they should make this a very competitive game. You know, from the start of this season till now, we've seen some improvement. It may not be reflective in the records, but this team is getting better. And the last two games have been their best offensive games of the year, and they're led by their quarterback, Lamarcus Mcdonald, and their big running back, Omarion Delau. Now, when you go over to their opponent, Waxahachie Indians, they're 5-3 on the year, 3-2 in district, and they absolutely have to win this game tonight to stay in the hunt for a playoff position. Now, on defense, they have 4 Division I offers for 4 of their players, so they're really good on defense. Offensively, they like to run the ball about 72% of the time, and so I look for a good game tonight.
I certainly do as well, as we expect a couple of teams that are going to keep the ball on the ground. It's Waco High and Waxahachie. It's coming up next here on Waco ISD TV.
In their last home game as a Waco High Lion. Here we go. Number 1, Jaharius Anderson, escorted by Tanisha Williams, Denard Anderson, parents. Number 4, Lamarcus Mcdonald, Shiaisha Fields and Lamarcus Mcdonald, parents. Number 9, Jamarcus Carprew, Zia Carprew, Ashia Westbrook's sisters. Number 10, Braylon Martinez, parents, Aurelia and Carl Simmons. Number 15, Elijah Hobbs, Clarence Hobbs, father. Number 20, Vashon Hall, Celeste Carter, mother, and Michael Watson, grandfather. Number 23, Sean Betts, Blanca Galvan, mother. Number 25, Edwin Juarez, Martha and Ishmael Juarez, parents. Number 31, DeMarcus Jones, Gloria Estelle, grandmother. Number 32, Al Hall Chappelle, Kayleen, and Dustin Evans, parents. Number 50, Julian Watkins, Stacy and Andre Watkins, parents. Number 60, Antonio Majors, Roxanne Thompson, and Tony Thompson. Number 71, Chase Stamper, Nikki Martin, mother, Haley Stamper's sister. Number 75, Josiah Jones, Mr. and Mrs. Walker, parents. Number 77, John Puente, Erica and John Puente, parents. Number 84, Avontre Jones, Donald Jones, and Adria Harris, parents. Number 85, Aiden Garcia, Melinda Andrade, and Fabian Garcia II, parents. Number 98, James Johnson, and Shaniqua Williams, mother. And now the trainers. Montserrat Serrano, Araceli and Henry Gonzalez, parents, and Guzman Dominguez, grandfather. Samantha Cambambia, parents, Maria Yanez and Ricardo Cambambia. Sanaya Taylor, Andrea, Alexia, and Penelope Taylor, sisters, and Sophia Ledesma, mother. Cheerleaders, Christian Demerson, parents, Amber Salazar and Donald Emerson, parents. Kiana Redrick, parents, Carrie Bradford, Stephen Redrick. Serena Perez, parents, Rosemary and Jesus Perez. Bethany Williams, parents, Andrea and Willie Williams. Anna Pendleton, parents, Trina and Brian Pendleton. Aaliyah Cummings, mother, Christina Cummings. Drill team, Brandon Aguilar, Michael, Victor, J. Aguilar, and Mickey Marquin. Nayeli Perez, parents, Beatrice and Ricardo Perez. Avion Thomas, mother, Chiquita Thomas, Laquita Graves, aunt. Anastasia Talley, mother, Shelby, and Winfrey Talley. Natasha Jones, Parents, Brenda Purcell and DeMarcus Banks. Raylena Ramos. Parents, Mary and Freddie Ramos. Brianna Thomas. Mother, Janiqua Kelly and DeJavion Kelly brother. Taylor Tucker. Mother, Tiffany Tucker. And now the band. Darius McClin. Parents, Stacy, Levi, and Leo McClin. Ernesto Lopez Jr., Ernesto Lopez Sr., and Blanca Alejandro. Parents, J.D. Reed. Mother, Gayla Reed. Zario Greer. Parents, Paulette and Lorenzo Greer. Ivan Lorenzo. Parents, Maria and Ascension Lorenzo. Sol Valenzuela. Parents, Manuel and Socorro Valenzuela. Dario Contreras. Parents, Christina and Raimundo Contreras. Michelle Reyes. Mother, Alma Torres and Marlissa Torres, sister. Emily Williams. Parents, Sarah and Chad Williams. Juan Herrera Jr. Parents, Blanca Loyola and Rudy Gomez. Jonathan Portillo. Mother, Olani Bean. Sarah Victoria. Parents, Veronica Enrique and Victoria. Heidi Martinez Alvera. Mother, Elisa Alvera and sister, Monica Martinez. Aneli Nava Romero. Michelle Nelson, band director, guard. Mario Flores. Michelle Nelson, representing. Sandra Hernandez. Joanna Aguilar, mentor, representing. Brian Rodriguez. Parents, Esther Morales and Pete Rodriguez. Astrid Lopez. Parents, Maria Martinez and Inez Lopez. Sabrina Hernandez. We have Elvira Esquita and Juliana Hernandez. And now Junior ROTC. Mary Hernandez. Grandmother, Juanita Reyes and Aunt Gabby Hernandez. Juliet Ayala. Parents, Juan Ugarte and Nancy Hernandez. Jonathan Dunham. Mother, Donna Dunham. Asalia Harden. Parents, Mr. and Mrs. Thomas. Gabriel Fields. Parents, Philip and Amanda Fields. Juliana Ayala. Parents, Shua Mundak and Canas Ayala. Ruby Martinez. Mother, Julia Ibarra. Zachary Mozzie. Mother, Elise Mozzie and Lisa and John Moon, grandparents. Viviana Ramirez and brother, Fernando Ramirez. Give all of these seniors a round of applause, and thank you, parents, for being here tonight to support your child. Thank you again for your devotion.
Welcome back to Waco ISD Stadium. The two teams getting ready to come onto the field. Waxahachie in their all white tonight. Their white tops, white pants with green helmets, warming up in the north end zone. The Waco Lions are dressed in all gray tonight. Gray tops, great uniforms with red helmets. Kind of a neutral colors night here at Waco ISD Stadium.
Absolutely not. We've never seen them come in that color, I don't believe, this year.
I don't think so. The Waxahachie Indians, they're under head coach Shane Tollison. It's his first year not only at Waxahachie, but his first year as a head coach. He came from Denton Ryan, where he was the defensive coordinator. Took over for Todd Alexander, who spent 3 seasons with the Indians and had a record of 8-22. The Indians went 5-5 last year, but 4-2 in district, and made it to the postseason a year ago, where they lost to Temple in the first round, 38-0. The Indians have been playing football since 1905. That's how long Waxahachie's had a school playing football. They're record since then, coming into this season, was 609 wins, 491 losses, and 31 ties. They did win a state championship back in 1992. That was under Scott Phillips. Scott Phillips spent 4 seasons guiding Waxahachie and went 49-8 in those 4 years, and that earned him a job at Plano East. Never did win another state championship, but of course Plano, that's about the time they split schools from Plano High School to Plano East, Plano West, several other schools. Here come the Waco Lions. But that 1992 season, the Waxahachie Indians went 16-0 on their way to the state championship. They've made 28 playoff appearances. They've won 21 district championships. And they are still in contention for a playoff spot this year. Somewhere behind Duncanville, DeSoto, and Cedar Hill. Waco Lions under their first-year head coach, Lyndon Helt, have not seen the victory circle just yet. Started off the year with a loss at West Mesquite. Came to Waco ISD and lost back-to-back games to Hutto and Killeen. They started district play on the road at Mansfield. Lost 34-28. They were then shut out on the road by Cedar Hill 36-0. Then they hit DeSoto. Had to go to DeSoto and suffered a 72-6 loss. Their most competitive game was right here at Waco ISD Stadium where they took on Midway. Had an 18-0 lead at halftime, but Midway came back in the second half and won the game 27-18. And last week the Lions were at Lake Ridge and dropped a 59-13 decision. The Waco High Junior ROTC is presenting the colors on the field, so let's join our stadium announcer, George Snookhouse, for our pregame activities.
James Hart. The Lions Battalion holds the highest rating a junior ROTC can have as an honor unit with distinction. The unit mission is to motivate young people to become better citizens. The colors are being presented by the Waco High Junior ROTC Color Guard, consisting of right guard, Cadet Major Zachary Mawsey. American flag, Cadet Command Sergeant Major Juliana Ayala. Texas flag, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Viviana Ramirez. United States Army flag, Cadet First Sergeant Mary Hernandez. Waco High Junior ROTC Battalion flag, Cadet Captain Juliet Ayala. Left guard, Cadet Sergeant First Class Gabriel Fields. At this time, we'd like to have a moment of silence for all the people that have been lost in the past year. Thank you. And at this time, we'll have the playing of the national anthem by the Waco High School Band.
Our officiating crew tonight out of the Waco chapter. Charles Derrick will be our referee. The umpire is Richard Shackelford. The head linesman, Brian Nelson. The line judge, Charles Terrell. The field judge will be Bill Lawrence. The side judge, Travis Walker. And the back judge is John Vosick. The captains meeting at midfield with those officials. Those captains for Waxahachie tonight are number 14, Jermaine Jones Jr., number 18, Corey King Jr., number 27, Robert Hanna Jr., and number 70, Brent Martin. He's in the street clothes tonight. For the Waco Lions, their captains, number 4, Lamarcus Mcdonald, number 9, Jamarcus Carprew, number 10, Braylon Martinez, and number 98, James Johnson. Discussing the options with our referee, Charles Derrick.
Waco High has won the toss and deferred.
So Waco High will allow the Indians to make the choice here in the first half.
Waxahachie will receive on the open.
So Waxahachie will take the ball, and we'll go from left to right on your television screen here in the first half. As Hal told you in the pregame, Waxahachie comes in 5-3 on the year. They are 3-2 in district play. Their 3 losses, those are some pretty good teams. They lost by 1 point to Ennis. Ennis state ranked right now in the state of Texas. They lost to Cedar Hill by 4, 14-10. The only real blowout they've suffered all year was to Duncanville, but who does Duncanville not blow out? 52-3 was the final against Duncanville. Last week, they took on Mansfield, Lake Ridge, or excuse me, they took on Mansfield and lost 43-25.
Deep back to receive the kickoff for the Indians will be number 21, Destin Benson. He'll be on the near side, and on the far side will be number 5, Jaden Becks.
It'll be Tyler Black kicking the ball off. As we get ready for high school football here in the state of Texas on another outstanding Friday night. We are underway. Comes down at about the 6-yard line. Trying to pick up the wall on the far side is Simpson. Simpson picks up that wall, and he's got one man to beat. And he gets by that man but steps out of bounds somewhere between the 30 and 35-yard line. Or actually, they say, well, let's see where they mark him. I'm not sure they know exactly where he stepped out. Looks like it's more like the 23-yard line where he steps out. So a nice return.
He was finally knocked out of bounds by the kicker, Tyler Black.
That was that one man he had to beat, and Tyler at least used the sideline as a second defender. So they're at the Waco 23. So a good return sets them up in a very short field position. They only have to go 4 yards to get inside the red zone. The quarterback is Roderick Hartsfield, the running back Jaden Becks. They throw in the flat. Something they don't do a lot of is throw the football. They start off by throwing the football and completing it out to Keith Abney, the second. And Abney has it down to the 11-yard line and picks up the first down.
Reggie Lewis shoving him out of bounds.
Picked up 12 on the play. Another first down, or the first down. Handoff goes to Becks going around the left side. Becks with tough running gets it down to the 7 for a 4-yard pickup.
He was run down by LZ Amos, number 22.
They can pick up a first down without scoring a touchdown. Becks goes straight ahead and is run into when he gets to the 2. He bulls over to the 1-yard line. Matter of fact, maybe the half-yard line. He's going to pick up the first down.
Free safety, A-Law Chappelle in on that tackle.
Waxahachie going with the hurry up. Once again hands it off to Bex, and he walks into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw a pass on the first play and get pretty good yards and then just bang it in from there. And score on the fourth play of the game. Extra point attempt on its way off the toe of Jesse Garfius. It's good. 10 minutes and 48 seconds left to go. First quarter, Waxahachie already on top, 7-0.
The defense got put in a bad spot there after that long kickoff return. Offense is going to have to generate a long, sustaining drive here and see if they can get right back in this ball game.
4 plays to go the 23 yards and took a minute and 12 seconds off the first quarter clock to grab a quick 7-0 lead for the Waxahachie Indians.
Reggie Lewis, number 8 for Waco High on the far end. Along with 23, Sean Betts on the near side, both at the 10-yard line to receive this kickoff.
Handling the kicking duties on kickoff for Waxahachie is Ryan Carrizo. He's just a sophomore. Waco High would like nothing better than to equal or better that return of the opening kickoff. Going to go to the far side to Lewis from the 6. Coming to the near side looking for the wall, but unable to get there. And brought down at the 14-yard line.
Tripped up by Gregory Kirkley, number 30.
The Lions will have it 1st and 10 at their own 14. Their offense led by Lamarcus Mcdonald, Omarion DeLeo, the feature running back, 4 wide receivers, Avontre Jones, Braylon Martinez, DeMarcus Jones, and Sean Betts, as they look to see if they can answer that opening scoring drive for Waxahachie. DeLeo on a counter move, heads to the right side, and is tripped up as he approaches the 15-yard line. They may give him a 1-yard gain, then that's it.
DeMarcus Reed went right through that gap and brought him down, went untouched.
That offensive line for the Waco Lions, Luke Grant, the center. The guards are Jordan Foley and Rashawn Connor. The tackles, Julian Watkins and Ryan Lopez. 2nd down and 9 with 3 receivers to the left. McDonald back to pass, throws, and it's in and out of the hands of Betts. Betts was pretty much defended as soon as the ball got there.
Yeah, Lamarcus Reed was right on top of him. Defensively in the line for the Indians, you got DeMarcus Bex, Rolando Sierra, Jeremy Jackson, and Brendan White up front.
They gave no yardage to Omarion DeLeo on that first carry, so it's 3rd and 10 facing the Lions here. McDonald on a quarterback draw. Won't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Jalen Davis Robinson, along with a host of other Indians, in on the tackle there.
No gain on the play, brings up 4th and 10. And it's 3 downs and punt for Waco High.
Keith Abney back deep, number 8.
He's long back there with Jalen Bex, excuse me. And now Waxahachie calls a timeout.
Timeout, Waxahachie.
Not sure what they saw there, but they saw something that they weren't familiar with, so they call the timeout. Make sure that they have the right person. I don't know, maybe they only had 10 men on the field or something.
They had 11.
Did they? You count faster than I do.
That's what I was trying to consider if they just had 10, but they've got 11.
Yeah, I need an extra finger on my hand to count to 11. I have to take off my shoes to get there. Shane Tollison has got his team back on the field.
John Nelms Jr., number 3 on the far side on the 45-yard line also, back for the Indians.
Black pulls down a high punt snap, gets off a end-over-end kick that takes a Waco roll, gets inside the 50, and will be killed at the Indian 47-yard line.
39-yard punt.
9:15 left to go in the first half. Waxahachie has a 7-0 lead. Waco had the ball for 1 minute and 33 seconds on their first possession.
Waco High up front on the nose guard will be Javon Bryant, Micah Moore, and James Johnson will also be in that front line for Waco High.
Second offensive possession of the night for Waxahachie. Fake the handoff to Becks, a throw across the middle to Abney. Abney has it across the 35 and brought down when he gets to the 32. Well, that's what they've done on first down. The first 2 times is pass the ball to Abney.
Yeah, Reggie Lewis in on the tackle.
They mark it actually at the 31. Becks with the handoff. He'll get it to the 29, but that's about it.
Brought down by LZ Amos, number 22 for Waco.
Gain of 2 on the play.
The linebackers for Waco High tonight will be Javion Moore, number 33, Darren Paul, number 44, LZ Amos, number 22, and Vashon Hall, number 20.
Second down and 8 from the 29. Becks reversing field, gets a block from his quarterback downfield, and will be run out of bounds inside the 15-yard lines down to the 12.
Tyrone Sumter knocking him out of bounds.
Picked up 17 on the play and another first down for Waxahachie. And they're once again into the red zone. Becks takes the handoff going left. It's a nice block on the edge from number 10, Joseph Langford, the slot back.
Darren Paul and A-Law Chappelle brought them down together. In the secondary for Waco High will be 36, Tyrone Sumter. Reggie Lewis is number 8. A-Law Chappelle is number 32. And Marvian Hewitt is number 21.
Becks came in with 424 yards on the year, averaging about 4.5 yards a carry. Facing a second down and 7. Becks with the ball again, straight up the middle, inside the 5, down to the 4 goes Becks.
Darren Paul in on the shoestring tackle.
Brings up a third down. I have to get to the 2, so 3rd and 2. Becks has it. Trying to drive for the end zone, but the Waco defense powers him back, but he does pick up another first down. Going to be at the 1-yard line to pick up a 3 for Becks.
LZ Amos, number 22, with the tackle.
First and goal for the Indians. Becks across the goal line into the end zone for the second time tonight. That is his 5th touchdown rushing of the year. Score was 7:07 left to go in the first quarter. Extra point attempt. Once again is good. So Waxahachie now on top by a score of 14-0. As they have scored the first 2 times they've gotten the ball on offense.
Waco High will have to come back and respond, though. They absolutely have to get a long drive going. The defense has been on the field too long already.
Certainly has been. 7 plays, 53 yards, 2 minutes and 8 seconds on that drive for Waxahachie, scoring on the 1-yard plunge by Bex. Bex has already carried the ball 9 times for 42 yards and 2 touchdowns, and we're still just in the first quarter. Not even halfway through yet.
Reggie Lewis, number 8 on the far side, along with 23, Sean Betts, back to receive this kickoff.
Going to come to Lewis on the far side. He's going to let it go into the end zone, so Waco High will take over at their own 25-yard line.
Well, so far for the Indians tonight, they are definitely playing with a sense of urgency, knowing they do need to win this game to stay in that playoff race in this district.
We were told by Lyndon Helt, the head coach of Waco High, that Waxahachie has 2 outstanding defensive ends. That would be Jeremy Jackson and Brendan White. Also on that defensive line is DeMarcus Bex and Rolando Sierra, the defensive tackles. They run a 4-2, normally a 4-2 setup. Once again, Waco High is stopped in the backfield as Delau was not able to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Rolando Sierra blew that play up quickly, penetrated the offensive line of scrimmage.
-3 back to the 22, brings up a 2nd down and 13. They send 3 receivers to the near side. Hand off to Delau. Delau almost runs into his pulling guard. And again, he loses another yard, this one back to the 21.
Lamarcus Reed wrapped him up right at the line of scrimmage, 32.
And pulling guard Ryan Lopez a little tardy in getting to his block. Took Delau off his route. So passing down here on 3rd and 14. And again, McDonald is the 4th quarterback for the Lions this year. Has plenty of protection, throws to Martinez on the near side. It's not enough for the 1st down. He gets it up to the 28-yard line to pick up a 7 on the play. But a 4th and 7 is what the Lions face here, and it's another punting situation for Tyler Black.
Keith Abney, number 8, and John Nelms Jr., number 3, back to receive this punt.
Good snap, not much of a rush. It's going to go over the head of the receivers and go inside the 30 down to about the 26-yard line. So a nice punt there by Tyler Black into what little wind we have here tonight.
There's a 46-yard punt.
It was a blustery day here in Waco today. We have a game time temperature, though, of 67 degrees. And the Weather Bureau tells us we have a northwest wind at about 10, but here at Waco ISD Stadium, flags aren't necessarily moving a whole lot.
Waco stays in their 3-4 stack defense.
Waco had it for a minute 37. Well, Waco High's defense stiffens there.
Javion Morion on that tackle.
Not able to get Abby loose on that one. Maybe picked up a couple of yards on the play. Bex takes the handoff, and able to squirt through a hole and get it across the 35 up to about the 37-yard line. That's going to be enough for the first down.
Micah Moore in on the tackle.
Picked up 9 on that play. Fake the handoff. Keeping the ball is the quarterback Hartsfield, and he'll get it near midfield. Just shy. They're going to mark it at the 50. 13-yard pickup for Hartsfield on his first carry of the night.
Tackle made by Vashawn Hall, number 20 for Waco High.
Right now, the Waco defense doesn't seem to have an answer for slowing down the Waxahachie offense. Waco offense has not been able to solve the Waxahachie defense just yet. Throwing the flat to Abney. 2 Waco Lions there to shove him out of bounds after he gets into Waco territory, but they're going to mark him at the Waco 46 or pick up a 4.
Reggie Lewis and Vashawn Hall pushing him out of bounds.
Second down and 6. Abney is the number 1 receiver for the Lions, for the Indians coming in. 12 catches for 228 yards. Beck's with the football. Maybe a couple of yards up to the 45. Give him 1. As the Waco defense starts to stiffen on that running game.
LZ Amos and Jamarcus Carprew in on that tackle there. Stood him up right at the line of scrimmage.
Brings up a 3rd down and 5. Offensive coordinator for the Indians on the far side, Eugene Rogers. Excuse me, that's Mike Dormady is the offensive coordinator, sends in the play. Puts Langford in the slot on the left side, but hands off to Bex. Bex tries to wiggle his way through, but only has a couple of yards to the 43 and brings up a 4th down and 3.
Darren Paul made a nice stop there. Number 44. Waco High desperately needs to stop them here unless they're going to punt the ball.
It looks like Shane Tollison is gathering the punt team on the sideline. And he does send them out. At least we think it's the punt team. Back in punt formation is Jesse.
Not going to send anybody back deep.
And they're going to end up getting a penalty as the play clock is run out, but I don't see a flag yet. No, they fake. Yeah, they fake it and get the first down, but Waco High coaches are pointing at the double zeros on the play clock and saying, how come we didn't get a penalty here?
Darren Paul with the tackle.
So the play is going to stand. Did you see who carried the ball, Hal?
No, I didn't.
I didn't either. They do pick up the first down. I was too worried about the penalty that I saw that the officials did not see. But they are at the Lions' 38-yard line. After a pick up a 9 on that play. Hartsfield throws in the flat and actually just throws that one away because that play was busted from the start. I don't think Bex was expecting to get the football.
Darren Paul putting some heat on him along with James Johnson.
Brings up a 2nd down and 10. Bex picking his holes. Gets it up to the 35-yard line for a gain of 3.
Darren Paul with the tackle, but he was helped by several of his other buddies there on the Waco High defense.
Yeah, Waco defense starting to be a bit more stingy. Slowing down Bex a little bit here late in the first quarter with 1:20 and counting in the first quarter, and Waxahachie on top 14-0. Fake to Bex, looking to pass. Waco High had that covered. Hartsfield flush, throws downfield, and it's complete to Langford. Langford inside the 20 with some good moves, gets it down to the 10.
Reggie Lewis bringing them down, number 8 from Waco High. We have a flag on the 27-yard line.
That is probably either a legal receiver downfield or holding, one of the two. Usually when a play gets busted up like that, it's illegal receiver downfield. That's exactly what it is. First flag we've seen in the game so far. Should have been the second, but that's neither here nor there.
Illegal man downfield, number 75 of the offense. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat, third down.
Ryan DeLeon trying to be a wide receiver, a little too far down the field. We'll move the ball back to the 40 on the -5. It brings up a third down and 12. First time I know of that they have been behind the chains tonight.
All right, Lamarcus Mcdonald's coming in at free safety in for one of the linebackers, LZ Amos, on this third down play.
Trying to defend the pass here with 3 to the left and 1 to the right. Looking left, throwing left, and complete at the 31-yard line, but it's not enough for the first down. Gets that one out to Abney.
Marby and Hewitt in on the defense.
They mark it at the 31. It's a pickup of 9, but it brings up a 4th down and 3 at the Lion 31. That's going to be the final play of the first quarter, as Waxahachie's going to go to the sideline and take a little extra time to talk about their next play. So Waxahachie jumps out to a 14-0 lead here at the end of the first quarter. Got a special presentation here between quarters, so let's join our public address announcer, George Snookhouse, for that special presentation.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you will turn your attention to the 50-yard line. We are recognizing tonight Mr. Alan Sykes. Mr. Sykes served the Waco ISD community for over 22 years as a board member. He was first elected to the board in 1999. Mr. Sykes is one of the main architects of many Waco ISD improvements, including the new University High School, as well as many other projects. Mr. Sykes was a strong advocate for a well-rounded education and supported athletics in all programs. Alan has 2 sons, Brian and Kevin. They are very successful graduates of Waco High School. He is joined tonight by his wife, Jane, a recently retired school teacher. She taught for 45 years, 35 of which were in the Waco ISD school system. Mr. Sykes would like to thank all people in the Waco community that lent their support to him throughout his service to Waco ISD. In return, the people of Waco ISD would like to thank Mr. Sykes for his tireless work and service he gave back to Waco ISD. Thank you again, Mr. Alan Sykes. Give him a hand, please.
Not only a longtime board member, but a great friend of Waco ISD athletics. Nice recognition for Alan Sykes there. Waxahachie facing a 4th and 3 at the Lion 31-yard line. They're going to go for it. Got a different running back in the game. That's number 25, Brendan White, lined up at the running back spot. And now Waxahachie calls their second timeout. Got a feeling maybe they were looking for an offside from Waco High.
Their second of the half.
Every minute that the defense for Waco High can rest is good right now, because
yeah, absolutely.
They have their hands on their hips because they've been on the field the whole game.
Yeah, in the first half, the Indians have snapped the ball 21 times. Waco High has snapped the ball just 6.
Yeah,
so, yes, the defense has been on the field quite a bit.
Yeah, normally you'd like to be on the field 50 to 55 plays a game. So they absolutely have to stop them here.
Well, that's what Lyndon Helt and the Waco Brain Trust on the near side is talking about, the defensive coordinator Tyler Holcomb. Trying to figure out a way to get a stop here on 4th and 3 for Waxahachie in Waco High territory. They do once again send out Brendan White as the running back. White takes the handoff, gets a shove from his quarterback, tries to back his way forward, is close to the first down, but I don't think he got it. They're going to mark it at the 29.
James Johnson, 98, in on the tackle. That's a great defensive effort there by Waco High.
Picked up 2 and he needed 3, so they give up the ball on downs. They kept the ball for 5 minutes and 37 seconds. I'll make that 5 minutes and 33 seconds. I'm sorry, 37 is correct. But the Lions get the ball with 11:53 to go. And the defense gets their first stop of the night. Giving the ball to the offense at the 29-yard line. McDonald passes, it's incomplete. Trying to get that out to Reggie Lewis on a quick turnaround.
Marcus Reed on the defense there.
The defense of Lamarcus Mcdonald, again, he was not the starting quarterback there. He's the 4th quarterback they've tried this year, and he did not have any benefit of 7-on-7 or any of that kind of stuff prior to this season. Hands it off to DeLau, and man will get it back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
Corey King, 18, and 13, Jeremy Jackson in the tackle. Waco High just having a tough time pushing these guys back right now.
They will give him a yard to the 30-yard line. It's 3rd down and 9. Forced into another passing situation. Running out from under pressure. Now he throws downfield and it's incomplete, kind of in front of one receiver and behind another.
It was intended for 84 Avante Jones, but they came with an all-out blitz there, and he didn't have a lot of time to think about it.
Well, the Lions have 3 offensive possessions now and no first downs to show for it as Tyler Black's in to punt one more time.
John Nems Jr. and Keith Abney back at the 40-yard line for the Indians.
Black gets off a good punt to Abney, and Abney, I don't think he called for a fair catch.
Tyrone Sumter, 36, brought him down immediately.
Certainly did at the 36-yard line. And Waxahachie's into the field with 10:55 left to go.
That was a 34-yard punt.
They're at the Indian 36. That was a 58-second possession for Waco High. 2 incomplete passes, 1 running play. So here comes the Waxahachie offense. Ryan DeLeon, the center. The guards, Justin Cuellar and Aiden Alverson. The tackles, Brent Martin and Deviante Fuller. And that's another running back into the game. First time we've seen number 26 carry the mound. That's Yosha Sargent.
Adol Chappelle coming in from the safety position, bringing him down.
Looks like we have a question on the play.
I think we've got an injured player, 57.
Is that it? Okay. He picked up 4 to the 40.
James Carprew, number 9 for Waco High, along with Micah Moore. And number 98, James Johnson, are the front line of defense for Waco tonight.
3 receivers to the near side, solo receiver to the far side. Handoff goes to Becks in the backfield. Waco High meets him fairly quickly. He'll get to the 42-yard line, and that's it.
Carprew and Micah Moore bringing them down together.
Picked up 2 yards, brings up a 3rd down and 4 at the 42. Clock rolling with 9:50 left in the first half. Waxahachie on top 14-0. Hartsfield to pass. Throws complete to Abney across the 50. He'll get forward progress up to the 49-yard line. Pretty much when they need some big yardage, they go to Abney, don't they?
Right. And Waco High having to play back just a little bit because of the speed differentiation. Darren Paul, 44, was in on that tackle.
They picked up 9 on the play and another first down. Bex takes the handoff, looking for some running room. Not much there, and he's going to be pushed back after maybe a 1-yard gain to the 48.
Micah Moore wrapped him up quickly, number 88.
Well, Beck's yardage is diminishing somewhat. His last 5 carries have been for less than 3 yards. But he's got 60 yards on 15 carries and 2 touchdowns already tonight.
You can see the hands on the hips of Waco High's defense.
They've been out there a bunch.
They have been. They need to try to get a turnover if possible.
Fake to the Becks. The throw is in and out of the hands of his would-be target down at the 39-yard line, trying to get that out to Terrell Davis.
Excellent coverage by Reggie Lewis on that pass play there, number 8 for Waco High.
Just the second incomplete pass for Hartsfield. He's 5 of 7 for 56 yards here in the first half. Clock stopped with 8:37 to go. Facing a 3rd and 9 at the line 48. 3 receivers to the left. Hartsfield, 3-step drop, now flush from the pocket, rolling right, will tuck the football and be forced out of bounds somewhere around the 45. They're going to call it the 46 where he stepped out and picked up 2.
He lost Chappelle, knocked him out of bounds. Sean Hall put the heat on him and just barely missed him there in the backfield.
So another 4th down facing the Waxahachie Indians. They were unable to convert on the last one. They converted on one earlier on a fake punt. They've already used 2 of their 3 first half timeouts. There's 10 seconds left on the play clock as they come to the line of scrimmage, looking for the 4th down play. Going to go deep, looking for the end zone. And it's knocked away at the last second by Reggie Lewis. Lewis right in the breadbasket of Abney. Wouldn't let him bring the ball down. That's really nice defense.
That was outstanding defense there by Reggie. And that was this will be their best field position now that the Indians decided to gamble and go for it. Let's see if they can put a drive together here starting on the 45-yard line.
Waxahachie had it for 2 minutes and 34 seconds. Waco gets the ball with 8:21 left to go. First half, trailing 14-0. But they are at the Indian 46-yard line. 1st and 10. See if they can take advantage of the field position here. McDonald hands it off to DeLau, and man gets it to the 46, and that's no gain.
Rolando Sierra on the tackle. They've got 7 guys stick right on top of that box there. I mean, they are just crashing it every single play.
Basically threatening Waco High to pass the ball. 2nd down and 10. They're going to change the play now. Offensive coordinator Nathan Vogel flashing in the signs. And now we got whistles before the snap. Did Waco jump first?
False start on the offense. Number 80. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay, 2nd down.
2nd down and 15 now.
The defensive tackles for Waxahachie weigh 290 and 240 pounds. The defensive ends are much thinner at 200 pounds.
It's back to the 41 in Lion territory. And the offense once again behind the chains. McDonald straight drop back, throws across the middle, in and out of the hands of both a receiver and a would-be interceptor. That would-be interceptor was number 42, and I don't have a name for number 42 on the Waxahachie roster. I believe that was intended for Braylon Martinez. But to put it mildly, passing is not Waco High's strong suit.
He did get plenty of protection on that play, and therefore he had a good chance to execute. If they just held onto the ball, it would have been a nice game.
Got protection again going down the far sideline and a little bit overthrown once again, trying to go to Martinez. Brings up a 4th and 15.
Calvin Simpson back to defend on that long bomb. John Nelms Jr. and Keith Abney back deep to receive this punt at the 30-yard line.
Tyler Black once again on the punt. Has a bit of a breeze behind him and takes advantage of that breeze to kick it where Abney had to go almost to the 20-yard line, and Waco High is right on top of him as he takes in the punt. And they're going to mark him all the way back at the 15-yard line, it appears.
We do have a flag back at the 41-yard line.
That's back at the line of scrimmage. Let's see what the meaning of the flag is. Here's Charles Derrick to tell us about it. Apparently it's against Waxahachie. Brendan Helt wants to know what his options are.
Offsides on the defense. The penalty will be declined. First down.
It ends up being a 44-yard punt there.
7 minutes left to go. As Waco had the ball for 1 minute and 21 seconds on that drive. And possibly the worst field position that Waxahachie has had at their own 15-yard line. Bex takes the handoff and has plenty of running room until he gets into the secondary where he's wrestled to the ground at the 23.
Yeah, he lost Chappelle, 32, bringing him down. We've got Darren Bible in at the left defensive end position.
Bex on a quick handoff. Will not get to the first down, and there is a flag on the near side thrown by the head linesman. We'll find out the meaning of the flag.
Deshaun Hall on the tackle there, along with Marvin Hewitt.
Right now, we're not hearing a lot of tackles by that defensive line yet, are we? Mostly linebackers and secondary making tackles.
There is no foul on the play.
If there's not, then why did he throw a flag? Just wanted to slow things down, I guess.
Carprew, Micah Moore, James Johnson are in on the defensive front.
Beck's got a yard on the last play to the 24, brings up a 3rd down and 1. And he has the football again, has the 1 yard and more as he keeps the legs driving. And they finally blow a whistle on forward progress as he gets to the 29-yard line. Pick up a 5 on the play.
Javion Moore was one of the defenders there for Waco High.
Bex, that is his 18th carry already. He's got 74 yards to show for it. Pass in the flat to Abney, a 1-on-1. Gets away from the first would-be tackler, stays in bounds, and finally knocked out of bounds. Actually going to mark him out of bounds at the 7-yard line. Still in the Indians' field, into the field. That's an 18-yard pickup on the pass to Abney.
Sumner had him initially, and then he was finally knocked out of bounds.
Abney's 6th catch of the night.
He's tough to
for
bring
74 yards. Bex hit immediately. Nice job on defense for the Lions there, as he's going to lose 2.
Sean Hall right there wrapping him up immediately. The line of scrimmage. Okay, we got Lamarcus Mcdonald coming in. In for LZ Amos,
Yep.
number 22.
Looking for a pass play here on 2nd and 12 from the Indians. Plenty of time now, flush from the pocket. Gets loose from that, throws as one of his receivers comes back to help, and he's knocked out of bounds. That receiver is Jermaine Jones Jr.
Jamarcus Carprew almost had him. Just slipped out of his grasp.
Ends up being no gain on the play. Brings up a 3rd down and 12. Yeah, Carprew blew that one up. Keeps the Indians behind the chains. See what Shane Tollison has up his sleeve here on 3rd and long. Fakes the jet sweep. Got time, now flush from the pocket, still looking downfield. Now he'll run with it and be run out of bounds in Waco territory at the Waco 47.
Lamarcus McDonald shoving him out there at the 47-yard line.
Picked up 8 on the play, but it still brings up a 4th down and 4. And I expect the coaching staff to go ahead and go for it here. Have they even punted yet? I don't think they have.
They have not punted at all.
Clock stopped with the ball going out of bounds with 5:04 left in the first half. Waxahachie holding on to the 14-0 lead that they forged on their first 2 possessions of the game. Hartsfield with a quick shot in the flat, and it's complete for the first down. Going to add out to Jeremiah Jones.
Cornerback who was covering him decided to rush, and Alois Chappelle just was too far away to break that pass up.
Picked up 5. They needed 4. They picked up the first down.
Good pass decision by their quarterback.
It's at the Waco 42. Beck's picking his way through, has it across the 40. Stopped when he gets to the 39 for a pickup of 3.
Micah Moore, along with a host of other Waco Lions, in on the tackle.
This will be the 38th snap of the game for the Waxahachie offense.
Javon Bryant, number 97, in substituting for Micah Moore.
Bex has a hole, sneaks through it down to the 35-yard line for a pickup of 4.
Darren Paul slowed him down there. Carprew coming out, and 45. Darren Bible coming into the game.
Well, Bex has been a workhorse. His 21st carry of the night for 79 yards, and he has scored both the touchdowns.
The Waco line, their defensive line is just really gassed. I mean, they've been on the field way too many plays here in the first half.
Well, they played bend and not necessarily break. The biggest run for Bex tonight has been 17 yards. Everything else is single digits. Bex has it again, trying to go up the middle and undermine before he gets to the 30-yard line, but I think he's going to have enough for the first down to the 31.
He got chopped down by 44 Darren Paul again.
Picked up another 4 yards on the play. This will be the 12th play of this drive, which started back at the Waxahachie 15. Hartsfield to throw, going to the end zone, and it is caught at the inside the 5, and going into the end zone is Langford for the touchdown.
Yeah, that's their tall wide receiver. And he just went right over Marvin Hewitt, who was right there. Great defensive play. He was right there. But the receiver's about 4 or 5 inches taller, and he just took it from him. Waiting for a kicker to show up.
I don't think the kicker was expecting him to get there that quick. Still 16 seconds left on the play clock. Now here he comes running onto the field. Or actually, it's the holder they were waiting for. Maybe he couldn't find a tee, I don't know, but they get it off in plenty of time. And the kick is through the forks and good. 2 minutes and 52 seconds left to go first half. Waxahachie extends its lead to 21-0 as they go 85 yards in 12 plays. It took 4 minutes and 8 seconds to do it.
You've got a really tired defense for Waco High. How many plays is that?
That is
offensively?
40 offensive plays for Waxahachie for 233 yards. Waco High just 12 offensive plays for a grand total of 4 yards. And I don't think they have a first down yet.
Reggie Lewis, number 8, and Sean Betts, number 23, on the near side, will receive this kickoff.
I've had to change my shorthand on this game because both teams start with a W. So I have to have Lions and Indians, L and I instead of W's as my shorthand to know who has the ball and who doesn't. Kick going to go to the far side to Lewis. Going to take it up that far side, but forced out of bounds when he gets near the 20-yard line.
Destin Benson, 21, pushing him out of bounds.
So they're 80 yards away from at least getting into the end zone before the half. They've got 2 minutes and 48 seconds to do it. But they have not had much success offensively so far. While Marion DeLau has carried the ball 5 times for -4 yards. Lamarcus Mcdonald has carried it just once, and he's 1 for 6 passing.
So they absolutely got to grind out a few first downs at least to
Personal
run this
foul.
clock out.
Number 29 of the kicking team. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down.
London Thibodeau Jr. picks up the personal foul and gives Waco High an extra 15 yards, so they'll start at their 35-yard line instead of the 20. That's just the second penalty against Waxahachie in the game. It's been fairly penalty-free here in the first half. Marcus McDonald at the quarterback spot with Marion DeLau, his running back. He's looking to pass. 3-step drop. Flush from the pocket and has a lot of running room. He's across the 50 and goes out of bounds at the Indian 45-yard line.
Outstanding run there by Lamarcus.
Picked up 20 yards. That's the biggest gainer.
You know, when they're the Indians, they have no safety back at all. So if they can try to pop a pass about 10 yards right down the middle, they'd go all the way. I mean, they're totally disregarding their ability to throw the football tonight.
First down of the game for Waco High. McDonald on the keeper, trying to pick his way across. This time he's wrapped up. Will be pushed back. His forward progress is going to be at the 47-yard line. He's going to lose 2 yards on the play.
32, Lamarcus Reed wrapping him up. But you could see it right there. They shot about 3 extra linebackers there. It's very hard to run against a 7-man line.
Well, I went into this game thinking that McDonald would probably carry the ball more than DeLau tonight. That hasn't happened so far, but He does have more yardage thanks to just that one run to this point in the game with 1:50 and rolling left in the first half. McDonald a pass, flush, steps up, throws, and it is in and out of the hands of a wide open receiver trying to get that out to Betts, and Betts can't hold it in.
Jalen Davis Robinson in on the defense, but he was right there. Right over the middle. Just in and out of his hands. That play is there. If they can just get it. If they can give him a chance to wind up and protect him.
Timeout, Waco High.
Even with the incomplete pass, Waco High decides to call its first time out of the first half. They have 2 left. Waxahachie has 1 remaining. I invite you to stick around at halftime for the performance of the bands. This stadium will be the site of the band competition tomorrow afternoon. I know that UIL band competition, they trade out the classifications every other year, and I'm not sure which classification they're on. I don't know if it's going to the 6As or the 5As, but anyway, they're going to have a lot of people here at Waco ISD Stadium tomorrow afternoon for the local band competition. After the timeout, with 1:39 left to go, Waco High trying to move the ball from their own 35 and get on the scoreboard before halftime, trailing 14-0. McDonald gets out of the clutches of a blitzing linebacker and throws a dying quail that I think was tipped at the line of scrimmage, trying to get that one out to Martinez.
They brought 6 guys on that particular play.
Yeah, they're definitely selling out on the rush as opposed to protecting the receivers. And right now it's working for them. Waco High did pick up their only first down of the first half on this drive, but once again, Tyler Black and the punt.
John Nelms Jr. and Terrell Davis are back for this punt.
Black takes the snap and hits a rugby-style punt that takes a Waco bounce, and it's stopped somewhere between the 10 and 15-yard line.
Marvin Hewitt, 21, down in the ball.
He's faster than a football. Downs it at the 12. With 1:24 left to go in the first half.
41 yards on that punt.
Waco kept it for 1:28. First and 10, Waxahachie at their own 12-yard line. They got 84 clicks to roll off the clock before they go into the locker room, ahead by at least 3 touchdowns. Let's see if Shane Tollison wants any more.
James Johnson, Micah Moore, and Jamarcus Carprew are the defensive line for Waco High.
Looks like the Waco defense is looking for a pass play. Hartsfield will fake the handoff, fake a pump fake, and then run with the football and get it up to the 20-yard line for a gain of 8.
LZ Amos knocking him down, number 22 for Waco.
Brings up a 2nd down and 2 after the 8-yard pickup. Under a minute now left in our first half. Back to pass. Looking to his left, now rushes up. Still looking for an open receiver and finds one between the 30 and 35. That's Langford. And Langford goes out of bounds with it. It brings up another first down for Waxahachie. As they mark it at the 45.
Marvin Hewitt in on the tackle.
Picked up 25 on that pass play, and now Waco High calls a timeout. At least that's what it appears to be. Nope, they did not call the timeout. Not sure why the head linesman was running out there as if they had called one, but the play clock is only to 15 seconds as Waxahachie decides on a play and sends 2 receivers to each side. Beck gets the handoff, and he's immediately wrapped up and rudely thrown to the ground.
Jamarcus Carprew, outstanding tackle there.
It is a loss of 1 back to the 44.
Carprew having a nice defensive game tonight.
Bex finding some wiggle room, gets it inside the Waco High territory down to the Waco 48.
Darren Paul knocking him down to the turf there, number 44.
Picked up 8 on the play. But that's going to be the last play of our first half. The Waxahachie Indians scored the first 2 times they had the football in the first quarter, scored the next to the last time they had the football in the second quarter, and lead by a score of 21-0 at halftime. Stay tuned. Our halftime activities coming up in a moment right here on Waco ISD TV.
21 Line Pride Marching Band and Scarlet Line Drill Team. Waco High School is proud to present the Scarlet Line Drill Team first tonight under the direction of Wanda Johnson, Rosa Bronner, and Lila Amaitza. Scarlet Line officers are Captains Braden Aguilar and Raylina Ramos. Tonight, the Scarlet Line will be performing a dance routine to the Billie Eilish smash hit, Bad Guy. Ladies and gentlemen, the Scarlet Line. Waco High School now proudly presents the award-winning 2021 Lion Pride Marching Band. The 2021 Waco High Band is under the direction of Scott Stuhler, Tyler Sage, and Michelle Nelson. Percussion is instructed by Adrian Rodriguez and Austin Lemons. The color guard is instructed by John Harris. Visual instructors are Kevin Linker and Zachary Lancaster. Student drum majors are Soleil Valenzuela and Dario Contreras. Soloists tonight are Jordan Diaz on guitar, Ivan Lorenzo on trombone, Michaela Reyes on clarinet, and Zario Greer on flugelhorn. A very special thanks goes out to all of our middle school band directors and the band booster parents for their volunteer service. Tonight, the band will be performing its award-winning competition program titled The Show Must Go On, featuring the music of Queen, The Greatest Showman, and Vivaldi.
I guess we know the score.
Waco High School Lion Pride Band.
Hope you enjoyed our halftime activities here at Waco ISD Stadium. Waxahachie with a 21-0 lead over the Waco Lions at halftime after they scored on their fourth play of the game on a 1-yard run by Jaden Bex. They then scored the second time they had the football, going 7 plays, 53 yards and 208, and scored on another Bex short touchdown run. Then they scored on the next to the last time they had the football in the first half, and that came on a 31-yard pass from Hartsfield to Langford. That's how they got their 21 points. Hal, you got some of the other first half statistics for us?
I do, Lark. For the Waco Lions, they had 1 first down, rushed the ball 8 times for 14 yards, attempted 8 passes, completed 1 for 8 yards. Total offense of 22 yards, penalized 1 time for 5 yards. The rushing game, Omarion Delau, 5 carries for -4, and Lamarcus Mcdonald had 3 rushes for 18 yards. For the Indians, they had 15 first downs, rushed the ball 31 times for 138 yards, passed the ball, they were 10 of 14 throwing the ball for 135 yards. Total yards 273, they were penalized 2 times for 20 yards. They held the ball 17 minutes and 3 seconds.
Mic check.
Their leading rusher was Jaden Bex, 24 carries for 90 yards. And so they just had the ball nearly the whole first half.
Pretty much so. Waxahachie with the 14 pass attempts in the first half. That's about their average for a full game. So we'll see if they, with this 21-point advantage at halftime, if they decide to just kind of fold the tent on the passing game and try to run as much clock as they can whenever they have the football. They've done a pretty good job of that. They had it for 17 minutes of the 24 minutes of the first half. So ball has been in their possession for most of the game, but Waco High will start with the football here in the second half as they won the opening coin toss and elected to defer. And they will go from right to left on your television screen as we start this second half.
Reggie Lewis, number 8 on the far end, and Sean Best, number 23, back at the 10-yard line for the Waco Lions.
Going to come to Lewis at the 8-yard line. Starts up the middle, now tries to bounce it to the right side, and he's going to be swarmed before he can get to the 20-yard line.
Fabian Bex, 33, bringing him down.
So the Lions offense, after going into the locker room, hoping to find some kind of push here in the second half. Behind their quarterback, Lamarcus Mcdonald. On that offensive line, you got Luke Grant at center, Jordan Foley and Rashawn Connor are the guards. The tackles are Julian Watkins and Ryan Lopez. Marion Delau will be the running back. The wide receivers, Avontre Jones, Braylon Martinez, DeMarcus Jones, and Sean Betts. From the 18-yard line, got a 2-back set. Fake the handoff on the option. McDonald keeps and gets around in and gets past a couple of would-be tacklers and gets it all the way out to the 29-yard line for a gain of 11 on the play. And the second first down of the game for Waco High.
Corey King Jr., number 18 on the tackle there.
Actually got it all the way out to the 34-yard line. So make that 16 yards on the play. Delau with the handoff. Stays on his feet as he gets through the middle and just runs through arm tackles until he gets it up to the 41-yard line. That's a pickup of 7 on the play.
Corey King Jr. again on the tackle. Mix it up with a little different offensive strategy here, and it's been highly effective here on those first 2 plays.
They have Javion Moore in the backfield along with Delau. The fake the handoff. McDonald keeps it. will take it around the left side and be pushed out of bounds, stays on his feet all the way up to the 45-yard line. And we'll pick up another first down. That's the first time they've had 2 first downs in the same drive.
Starting to execute that offense.
Actually mark it at the 46 for a 5-yard gain for Lamarcus Mcdonald. Single receiver to the left, twins to the right. Hand off to DeLisle. He has a couple of yards up to the 48.
Lamarcus Reed bringing them down, number 32.
Going to change the play as they look to the near sideline and the offense coordinator Nathan Vogel. A different formation from what we saw in the first half. DeLisle will reverse fields as he finds a cutback lane and gets it into Indian territory at the 49. Pick up a 3 on that play to bring up a 3rd down and 5.
Corey King in on the tackle again. They do have a left defensive end, number 80, but we don't have a number. We don't have a name for him.
A big 3rd down here. They send 2 wide receivers to the far side. McDonald has to pick up a short snap and will only get maybe a couple of yards out of it. It's going to bring up a 4th down play.
Lamarcus Reed, 32, on the tackle there.
Let's see what Lyndon Helt wants to do here.
Bringing in an extra extra tight end, Aiden Garcia, number 85.
Certainly did. He'll be to the right side of the formation. Martinez in the backfield, along with DeLisle. Man has the handoff, and on 2nd and 3rd effort will have the 1st down and forced out of bounds inside the 35.
Calvin Simpson pushing him out of bounds. Great effort there.
Yeah, showing some great balance. So DeLisle gets down to the 34-yard line.
Now we're starting to see the Indians on that defensive line. They're starting to have the hands on their hips.
Picked up 13 on that last play for DeLisle. McDonald fakes a handout and keeps the ball. We'll take it close to the 32. They're just pretty much alternating here between DeLisle and McDonald on the carries, keeping it on the ground.
Lamarcus Reed, 32, was one of the tacklers there for the Indians.
Just a yard on the play. Brings up a 2nd down and 9 at the 33. Betts will be the receiver on the near side. Put Garcia in as a tight end to the left. And a whistle at the snap. A flag thrown from the far side. And we get the explanation from our referee.
False start. Number 84 of the offense. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat 2nd down.
And it brings up a 2nd and 14 and moves it back to the 38-yard line. First time they've been behind the chains in this drive. Lions with their best drive of the game offensively here to start the 2nd half, trailing 21-0. They've already had the ball for over 4 minutes here in this quarter. Trying to get out from under the rush. McDonald able to do so now, throws across the middle, and it's picked off. It was a little too high for his intended receiver, and John Nelms Jr. going the other way with it. will be forced out of bounds when he gets inside the Waco High 40-yard line. And we have an injury to our official on the far side as he got rolled up from behind.
We got flags on the 40-yard line. Timeout. And another one on the other side. We got 2 flags down.
Got 2 flags down and an official down. Going to check on the official. He just got hit from behind by one of the players on the field. And our official, Charles Derrick, going to try to tell us what it's all about as far as the flags go. Looks like it's coming back. And now the explanation to Lyndon Helt on the near sideline. Well, they're still trying to get it all sorted out here as to, we got 1 flag near the Waco High bench at the 40 and another one on the Waxahachie side of the field at the 47.
Well, it looks like Waco High is going to keep the football for sure.
Let's see what is Charles Derrick going to tell us anything. There he comes.
Personal foul on the defense before the turnover, hitting the quarterback out of bounds in the helmet. Blocking the back against the defense will be declined after the turnover. 15-yard penalty. First down, Waco High.
So Waco High retains possession, gets the first down by way of the penalty. And the ball will be moved down to the 25-yard line, the 23-yard line looks like. And Waxahachie's into the field, and the drive stays alive for Waco High on the penalty. That's one positive for both sides here in this game, Hal, as the penalties have been few and far between.
Yeah, it's been a really clean played game. And this is a big break for Waco High, getting that roughing the passer penalty after he got picked off on that throw.
Shane Tollison getting the explanation from Charles Derrick. Now we're ready to get back to play with Waco High continuing this drive. Be the 9th or 10th play of the drive. Hand off to DeLau, and he's hit immediately. He tries to pitch it back to his quarterback, and it's knocked away. Still knocked away and finally picked up by Waxahachie. Picking it up for the Indians is number 32, Lamarcus Reed, who's been all over the field defensively for Waxahachie tonight, and that was just a bad mistake by Waco High to try to get something out of nothing.
Yeah, Javion Moore finally corralling him in that fumble return.
So after the ball was batted around a little bit, Waxahachie ends up with the ball with 7:04 left to go in the third quarter, and they've got it deep in Waco territory at the Lions' 35-yard line after that fumble recovery. That goes from the 23 in Waxahachie's into the field to the 35 in Waco High's into the field. See if the Indians take advantage here on a quick score of some kind. They do throw the inside pitch to Abney, and Abney is knocked down after he gets inside the 25-yard line.
Safety Alois Chappelle with a touchdown saving tackle there.
Going to take it to the 23-yard line. That's a pickup of 12 on the play on the pass to Abney. Don't think Waxahachie is really set yet. Now they decide exactly where everybody needs to be, but the handoff will go to Bex, and Bex follows the offensive line across the 20 up to the 18-yard line for a gain of 5.
Wrapped up by Vashawn Hall, number 20 for Waco.
An offensive line for Waxahachie includes center Ryan De Leon, the guards Justin Cuellar and Aiden Alverson, tackles Brent Martin and Deviante Fuller. Have been doing a good job blocking for the running backs. Hartsfield with a pump fake, has a man open in the corner of the end zone, and falls into his arms for the touchdown. Making the catch is Jermaine Jones Jr., the junior wide receiver.
He just got behind Tyrone Sumter there on the deep in the corner. Perfect pass.
Second touchdown strike tonight for Hartsfield. Extra point attempt is good. I'm sorry, it's no good. It's wide to the left. Wide left. So with 6:05 left to go in the third quarter, Waxahachie extends its lead to 27-0.
That was quite a turn of events there. They had a long drive going, getting ready to punch it in. And then that fumble return that just totally turned the momentum there.
That was a 3-play, 35-yard drive that only took 59 seconds for Waxahachie. After Waco had the ball for the first 4 minutes and 56 seconds of the quarter. But it's Waxahachie that comes away with points thanks to the turnover. Waxahachie thought they had a turnover on an interception, but that was nullified by the personal foul. But on the very next play, Waco High, an attempt to keep a play alive by pitching the ball back to the quarterback. It was batted away and ends up at the 35-yard line, recovered by Waxahachie.
Sean Betts, number 23, and Reggie Lewis, number 8, were back deep for Waco at the 10-yard line to receive this kickoff.
Waxahachie's most promising drive of the night turned away by the first turnover of the evening. See if the offense can get something going here as Lewis has it from the 9-yard line. Fumbles the football, and Waxahachie appears to be on top of it. Let's see what the officials say.
They're pointing it to Waco.
Yeah, it does look like somebody from Waco High got back on top of the football. Almost major disaster for Waco High there, but they are able to avoid it. But they're at their own 19-yard line, trailing 27-0 with 5:57 left to go in the third quarter.
Tim Standifer, 27 for Waco High, recovered that fumble. DeMarcus Bex and Rolando Sierra are the defensive tackles for the Indians. Jeremy Jackson and Brendan White are the defensive ends.
The layup game on the offense. 5-yard penalty, first down.
So it'll be 1st and 15. They start the drive behind the chains at the 14. They do bring Aiden Garcia into the backfield as one of the potential running backs. Straight drop back pass by McDonald. Steps up to the pocket, side steps, throws, and it's tipped and almost picked up by Braylon Martinez. Almost intercepted, though, by Jaden Davis Robinson. Threw that in the traffic, didn't he, Hal?
Right, a lot of pressure being put on him.
I'm surprised he was even getting that off.
Right, exactly. He's running for his life.
So it brings up 2nd and 15. 3 receivers to the near side. Martinez, the one closest to the sideline. But the handoff to DeLisle going the other way, and he's going to be wrapped up before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
Jalen Davis Robinson read that play from the get-go.
Actually stopped right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 3rd and 15. Yeah, you mentioned that there's a number 80 at the defensive end that we don't have a name for. He doesn't even have a name on his jersey. Most everybody else has a name on their jersey, but he and 42, who we also do not have a name for on the roster, no name on the back of their jerseys. Got some time this time. Throws deep to Martinez on the sideline. Flags thrown. 3 different people saw interference. Now do all 3 see the same interference, offensive or defensive?
It's defensive holding all the way. Calvin Simpson was grabbing Martinez all the way down that sidelines.
Get the call from our referee, Charles Derrick.
Defensive pass interference, number 22. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
The Lions pick up another first down by way of penalty. They move from the 14 to the 29-yard line. Under 5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter, 27-0 our score. Waxahachie on top after leading 21-0 at the half. Fake the handoff. McDonald going around the left side, trying to turn the corner, unable to do so. But he did pick up yardage to the 32-yard line and pick up a 3 on the play.
42 brought him down. I'm sorry, we don't have a name for him.
That's his name, 42.
Ryan Lopez coming in at left tackle for Waco High.
Taking over there for Julian Watkins, who's come to the sideline. McDonald, a pass. Gets pressure from the backside, throws across, and it's too high and almost intercepted. Diving attempt there by Calvin Simpson to come up with the football. And now we got a little extracurricular along the other side. Officials do a good job of separating everybody and making sure nothing else occurs. I don't see anybody throwing any flags. Yep, I do find a flag at the 30-yard line now.
Yeah, it's 56 mixing it up with 77 for Waco High.
Dead ball. Unsportsmanlike. Number 77 of the offense. Dead ball. Unsportsmanlike. Number 56 of the defense. Those penalties will cancel by rule. 3rd down.
Hunter Ray and John Puente for Waco High mixing it up a little bit. Just ends up being offsetting, an incomplete pass. Brings up a 3rd down and 7.
We've got number 92, Jaquan Roberts, in at right defensive tackle for the Indians.
Some fresh legs on the defensive line and a passing situation here for Waco High. A quick throw in the flat is incomplete. Not anywhere near Sean Betts to where he could make the catch. Well, that'll bring up a punting situation for Tyler Black.
John Nelms Jr., number 3.
And 42.
And number 42, no name. We're back deep for this punt.
Yeah, that's his name, 42. at least for tonight. Able to pull down the high snap and get off a good punt, and a fair catch call for at the 34-yard line by Nelms. Waxahachie will have the ball with 3:54 left to go in the third quarter, leading 27-0.
And that was a 34-yard punt.
Lions had the ball for 2 minutes and 11 seconds on that particular possession. Indians have only had the ball once here in the second half. Only took 3 plays to get in the end zone after recovering a Waco High fumble.
Jamarcus Carprew, Micah Moore, and Darren Bible are in on the defensive line for Waco.
Inside pitch goes to Terrell Davis. Davis taking it around the left side will pick up a first down to the 48-yard line.
Coming across the length of the field was the safety 32, Alon Chappelle, knocking him out.
Pick up a 14 on the play on that pass to Davis. First and 10. Hand off to Bex, finds a cutback lane and gets it into Waco territory.
LZ Amos stood him up, 22 for Waco High.
From 148 to the other 48, that's a 4-yard pickup. Actually, he'll take it to the 47 and give him 5 on the play. Beck's now 26 carries for right at 100 yards. Looking deep, going long, knocked away. Trying to go to the guy who made the touchdown catch earlier, Jermaine Jones Jr.
Tyrone Sumter in on the defense there, number 36 for Waco High.
Brings up 3rd and 5 at the 47. And Waxahachie's into the field. Shane Tollison along with offensive coordinator Mike Normandy deciding what to do here on 3rd and 5 as he sends 2 receivers to each side. But Bex takes the handoff, has the first down and more into the clear, and he will be clear sailing all the way into the end zone from 53 yards out. His 3rd touchdown of the night and his 6th of the season. He has doubled his touchdown output in this game alone.
A nice run there, right up the middle. And Waco High just didn't have anybody in the correct position to bring him down.
147 yards on 27 carries now.
Unsportsmanlike for excessive celebration. The foul will be added to the kickoff. Touchdown.
A little after touchdown celebration. Now we're starting to pick up the penalties that we didn't have in the first half. They missed the last point after attempt. Got this one's good. We also have a flag on the point after attempt, and got a few tempers flaring on the field. But the officials doing an outstanding job of keeping everybody separated. But the point after attempt is good. So that should take it to 34-0. In favor of Waxahachie as we get an explanation for the flag.
Personal foul on the defense, number 9 for leaping. The penalty will be declined. The kick is good.
So 2 minutes and 57 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Waxahachie has put 2 touchdowns on the board here in the second half to lead 34-0. 4 plays, 66 yards in 57 seconds for that drive for Waxahachie. They only had the ball twice here in the third quarter. Managed to score both times. Run a grand total of 7 plays here in the second half and had the ball offensively for a grand total of 1 minute and 56 seconds. Put 2 scores on the board.
Sean Betts and Reggie Lewis back at the 25-yard line to receive this kickoff from the Indians.
They're not looking for a very deep kick either. Of course, that's because they're kicking off from their 25 instead of the 40. Lewis has it go through his hands all the way back to the 6-yard line where he picks it up. Trying to find some running room and won't find any whatsoever, and what was going to be some great field position for Waco High ends up being horrible field position back at the 6-yard line.
Donnell Wilson, Jr., 24, on the tackle there for the Indians. Yeah, his inability to pick up that kickoff before it started to bounce cost him a lot of yardage there. Really put him in a hole.
Don't know how many times I was told by Larry Gropel, don't let the ball hit the ground. Don't let the ball hit the ground. Waiting for the Waxahachie defense to get on the field. So Waco High starts from their own 6-yard line.
Delay of game on the defense. 5-yard penalty.
That's the first time I've heard a delay of game called on the defense. Usually that goes against the offense, doesn't it?
Yeah, and Waco, it's a few times this year we've seen them get a delay of game coming out of a change of possession.
Yes, sir. So the flag will go against Waxahachie for taking too long to get their defense on the field. So it'll be 1st down and 5 at the 11. Fumble on the play. McDonald tries to pick the ball up, and he loses it, and it's going to be recovered by Waxahachie as Jaquan Roberts has the football, and Waxahachie's at the doorstep already on the 2nd turnover of the night. Waco High had the ball for all of 7 seconds. And gives it right back to Waco High, gives it back to the Indians at the Lion 5-yard line with 2:44 left in the third quarter, and the Waxahachie offense now gathering up on the far sideline. Well, I've got a feeling we're going to see a lot of reserves here as Waxahachie comes from the sideline with just 4 seconds left on the play clock, and now Waxahachie going to call a timeout to preserve the field position.
Timeout, Waxahachie.
That'll give us a chance to recognize our Waco ISD TV crew. Our cameras are manned by LJ Maldonado, Jesse Maldonado, and Tyrell McSpadden. Will Burney takes care of audio. Leslie Ugaldi is our replay girl. Our director is Justin Sanchez, and our executive producer is Jesse Bateo. We thank you folks for the job you do. Do an outstanding job bringing the pictures and pageantry of this football game and all the games of Waco ISD sports to the folks at home. .244 left in the third quarter. And as the 34-0 score indicates, it's been pretty much all Waxahachie. Lions offense has run 29 offensive plays, but only has 74 yards to show for it. Waxahachie, meanwhile, has run 52 offensive plays for 374 yards. Handoff in for the touchdown. A new running back into the game, number 32, Lamarcus Reed, gets into the end zone. Had he been playing defense?
He had been.
So Reed gets a touchdown on a 5-yard run after the fumble. I have that as his first carry of the year for Waxahachie, and it goes for a TD. Point after attempt is shot through the uprights.
We do have a flag down here on the 3-yard line.
Offsides. Number 21 of the defense. The penalty flagged. The kick is good.
So a 1-play, 4-second drive of 5 yards ends in the touchdown by Reed. The point after makes it 41-0 in favor of Waxahachie with 2:40 left in the third quarter. Indians look to move their district record to 4-2 on the year and be in the hunt for one of those 4 playoff spots from the district. Waiting for Waco High to get their kick return team on the field.
Sean Betts on the far side, number 23, and Reggie Lewis, number 8, on the near side to receive this kickoff here late in the third quarter. Need something good to happen for Waco High. Get a little spark going back in their team.
Going to come to Lewis. He'll pick it up at about the 13, fumbles the football, picks it up, and now has a wide open hole. One man to beat. Cannot get by the kicker as he throws him down at the 35-yard line, but Reggie Lewis finally breaks free with a nice kick return.
Actually, that was Betts on the.
Oh, was it Betts, 23?
Yeah, they switched
sides
position. They switched sides on that.
That's what I get for assuming.
Holding. Number 31 of the return team. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
A great return gets thrown back to the 30-yard line, and Waco's into the field on the holding penalty. So instead of being at the 35 of the Indians, they're at the 30 of the Lions to start this drive with 2.5 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Gabriel Crockett, number 95, is subbing in here on the Indians' defensive line. '92, Jaquan Roberts is also the other defensive tackle.
McDonald back to pass, has some protection, throws, and it's picked off. He threw that right into the breadbasket of Waxahachie's Dustin Benson. That's the third turnover of the game, and they've all come in here in the second half.
Reggie Lewis on the tackle.
Waco just cannot hold possession of the football. 2 straight possessions, they have given it up on a fumble, now on an interception, and given Waxahachie a short field to work with. Right now they're working from the line 24. They just scored from the 5 after the fumble recovery.
James Johnson, Michael Moore, and Mr. Carr Pruitt, right defensive end, are in the line of scrimmage.
Low snap. Picked up and handed off to Yosha Sargent, getting his second carry of the game as Beck Sullivan has taken over at quarterback.
LZ Amos, number 22, in on the tackle.
Sargent only gets a yard out of the play to the 23. Second down and 9. Again, the quarterback is Beck Sullivan, 5'9", 160, a junior. He'll once again hand it off to Sargent.
Darren Paul wrapping him up after a 2 or 3 yard gain there.
Yep, gets it to the 21. Breaks up a third down and 7. As Shane Tollison has gone to the reserves here late in the third quarter with a 41-0 lead. On the keeper, Sullivan gets it down to the 15-yard line and will be a yard shy of the first down. Plus there's a flag on the play.
22, LZ Amos in on the tackle there.
Meaning of the flag from Charles Derrick.
Holding on the offense, number 74. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Down.
So it'll be third down and 17. And goes back to the 31-yard line. Sullivan looking for his first pass of the night. Has his ball tipped as he tried to get rid of it. Carprew right there to knock it down. A tall fella to try to get the ball over, Hal.
He is, and he just blew up his defender in front of him. He was right on top of him. As soon as he got back set up, he was right in his face.
Waco High defense looking for their second opportunity to stop the Indians on downs tonight. They did it once in the first half. Be a big defensive effort here to do that after the turnover. Jeremiah Rivera now in at center for the Indians. On the inside handoff, it goes to Davis. And Davis will only get it back near the original line of scrimmage to the 25-yard line. A gain of 6 on the play for Davis.
In on the tackle, 22 again, LZ Amos.
The ball goes over on downs to Waco High at their own 25-yard line with 46 seconds left to go.
That shows some fortitude right there, being down 41-0 and stopping them there deep in their own territory. The defense is playing as hard as they can, but they've been on the field for way too many plays tonight.
And the Indians had it for 1:34 on that possession. So Waco High now from their own 25-yard line. Lamarcus Mcdonald hands it off to Omarion Delau. And Delau will get it up to the 32-yard line for a gain of 7.
96, Gabriel Esquivel. Bringing him down.
I see a lot of
substitutions on the defensive side.
Yeah, a lot of new numbers out there. Although 42 is back in. As a linebacker on the near side, Delau with the handoff. Will be stopped a yard shy of the first down.
Marcus Williams in on the tackle, number 23.
Third down and 1 from the 34 as we will begin the fourth quarter of play here at Waco ISD Stadium with Waxahachie on top of Waco High by a score of 41-0. Through 3 quarters, the Lions have run 32 offensive plays for just 83 yards of total offense, whereas Waxahachie has run 57 offensive plays for a total of 388 yards. 18 first downs to 6. The Lions just 1 of 12 passing. The Indians are 11 of 17 passing. They've passed a few more times today than they normally do. They've been successful for touchdowns through the air twice tonight.
Waco High did have 5 first downs in that third quarter.
Yes, sir.
They had one really good drive that it ended
On that,
unfavorably.
yeah, on that fumble, the fumble Rooski that got batted from the 135 to the other 35. Empty backfield for Lamarcus Mcdonald. But he's just going to run straight ahead with it and has lots of running room across the 50. Shakes one would-be tackler and never leaves his feet and knocked out of bounds at the 39-yard line in the Indians' end of the field.
42 in on the tackle as he finally pushed him out, but Lamarcus is a very difficult young man to bring down.
Picked up 27 yards, biggest gainer of the night for Waco High. Takes it into the Indian territory at the 39-yard line. Again, the empty backfield. He'll run with it. Gets away from 2 would-be tacklers. Shakes a third. Now it's a whole horde of Indians that have to come and finally try to bring him down. He stays on his feet. There's a flag thrown.
I believe they had a face mask on him. That was some really tough running there by Lamarcus.
The Waxahachie player came out with the football and was headed to the end zone with it, but I don't know. I think that was after the whistles blew. Coaching staff gets out there to make sure cooler heads prevail.
94 Lucas Howard and number 96 Gabriel Esquivel are the 2 new
Personal foul.
defensive tackles.
Face mask on the defense. 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
That'll take it down to the 23-yard line. So they picked up a couple of yards on the play by McDonald and then added the 15 yards for the first down to pick up another first down. Clock rolling with 11:30 left in the game. Waco High trying to get on the scoreboard. McDonald again, straight ahead running. Gets it up to the 21-yard line, a gain of 2 before the Indians close the hole.
Wrapped up by Lucas Howard, number 94 for the Indians. He's pretty good size, 6'2", 245-pounder.
13th carry of the night for McDonald for 76 yards. Allows carried it 12 times for just 30 yards. McDonald has had carries of 27 and 20 yards on the night. Hand off to Delisle, finds a crease. Spins off a 1 would-be tackler, takes it inside the 20 down to the 17 for a gain of 3.
Gregory Kirkley, number 30, finally wrapping him up and bringing him to the turf.
It's a 3rd down and 4 from the 17.
'95 Gabriel Crockett is in at one of the defensive tackles now, 5'11", 210-pounder.
Straight ahead running, but nothing there this time.
Marcus Williams, 23, bringing him down to the turf.
Man going to get maybe a yard out of that one to the 16, but it brings up 4th down and 3, and this is Waco High's got to go for it here, and they're going to go quick huddle. Bring in Javion Moore as one of the running backs. Hand it off. No, they fake the handoff to Moore. He's the lead blocker for McDonald, who has the first down with a spin move. He's got Moore and is all the way inside the 5-yard line down to about the 4. He picked up 12 yards on the play and a first down.
He's brought down by a host of defenders there for the Indians. We've got an injury. or a cramp.
Injury, timeout.
Number 21, he's going to have to come out of the game. Destin Benson. Nice drive being put together here by Waco High. They need to get in there to score.
Be the 9th play of the drive. It's been helped by a 15-yard face mask penalty. As they've held on to the ball for the last 46 seconds of the third quarter, plus almost 3 minutes here of the fourth quarter. And now
Timeout. Waxahachie.
Waxahachie asked for a timeout.
I think they only had 10 guys on the field. Once that player went off the field, I'm not sure they substituted in for him.
Next week, the University Trojans will be here to finish off the season against Arlington Seguin. Waco High, meanwhile, goes on the road to play the Duncanville Panthers. As both teams will wind up their season. For the two first-year head coaches at Waco ISD, Lyndon Helt at Waco High and Kent Laster at University. John Puente is now in at center for Waco High. Empty backfield for McDonald as he's got two receivers, or three receivers to the right, two to the left. He'll go to the right looking to pass. Slips one would-be tackler, now cuts back inside, gets into the end zone for a touchdown. Lamarcus Mcdonald on the score from 4 yards out.
Good way to end off that drive there with a
Injury, timeout.
Goes 75 yards in 9 plays. It took 3 minutes and 49 seconds to get into the end zone. With the Waco High training staff, headed up by Justin Eford, out to check on the injured player. Up on his feet, gingerly walking to the sideline is Jordan Foley, sophomore offensive lineman, one of the offensive starters. Trying to walk it off back to the sideline. Tyler Black on to attempt the extra point out of the hold of Braylon Martinez. The kick is no good. Off to the right. So with 8 minutes and 57 seconds left to go, Waco High at least gets on the scoreboard. It's 41-6.
That was a good drive. They showed a lot of fight there. They're still engaged in the game, playing as hard as they can.
Goes 75 yards in 9 plays. Must, though, also point out that's against Waxahachie reserves.
Be interesting to see if he tries an onside kick here.
Jaden Beck's number 5 is going to be deep along with Calvin Simpson. Tyler Black has shown the ability to get off outstanding onside kicks over the year. Well, it's not out of the realm of possibilities. As much success as they've had with onside kicks this year. I think Waxahachie has the message. Looks like they got the hands team up. They do have a couple of guys deep, but they looking to cover the onside, even if it's something short or a pop-up. And now we have a delay on the field. A flag thrown by the umpire. So the referee going to have to come up and find what this is all about. Shane Tollison wants to know what it's all about. And now here's the explanation from our referee.
Dead ball. Unsportsmanlike conduct on Waxahachie's bench. 15-yard penalty. Assessed on the kick. First attempt.
Somebody say something?
Well, I saw two guys against the wall over there on about the 30-yard line.
Mm-hmm.
Not players, just. And next thing you knew, they sent him to the locker room.
Okie doke. So now they'll kick it off from Waxahachie's 45-yard line. After a relatively penalty-free first half, we've had quite a few here in the second half. Onside kick maybe even more possible with the field position here, and sure enough he does, but it doesn't go 10 yards. Or did it? Yes, it did.
He got it.
Tyler Black able to recover his own onside kick and give Waco High great field position at the 34-yard line.
Executed perfectly.
I know here at Waco ISD Stadium, that's about the third time we've seen Waco High recover an onside kick this year. Don't know what they've done on the road, but they've done it executed it very well here at Waco ISD Stadium. So it's Waco High's ball with 8:57 to go. Lamarcus Mcdonald checking the sideline. Play is signaled in. He's got two receivers on each side. Omarion Delau in the backfield with him. He's just going to follow Delau around the left side, but is turned away on a nice play of stringing that one out.
Tyler Renfro in on the tackle, and we got a flag down on the 37-yard line.
I guess that's what I get for mentioning how penalty-free the game had been. Holding is the call against Waco. I'm not so sure I'd take the play and the loss.
Lamarcus has got tangled up
Holding.
there.
Number 64 of the offense. That 10-yard penalty will be declined. Second down.
Offensive lineman Rashawn Carter flagged, but again, they're going to decline the penalty and take the loss. Ball goes back to the 37-yard line, a loss of 3 on the play. Empty backfield. McDonald straight ahead running. Gets it back to the 35, just a 2-yard pickup there.
That is Delau running the ball 14. Lamarcus had to come off the field here. He's down here on the sideline. He got his legs tangled up, and he was limping off the field.
Well, that was Delau in at the quarterback spot and basically a wildcat.
When you're down to your fifth string quarterback, you don't have a lot of option plays anymore.
Yeah, not a lot in the playbook. He has thrown a pass this year on an option play. Rolls, throws, and it is incomplete. Trying to get his hands on it for Waxahachie was London Thibodeau. So Delau incomplete on that one. Brings up 4th and 11. Well, you got to go for this. You're in no man's land as far as punts go. Down 41-6. You figure if Waxahachie gets the ball in deep in their own territory, they're just going to run out the clock as best they can with running plays. Delau still at the quarterback, hands it off to Braylon Martinez. Martinez keeps his feet and has the first down and more as he's inside the 20 and out of bounds somewhere around the 17. Braylon Martinez, who played some quarterback earlier this year, picks up the first down.
Knocked out of bounds by Gregory Clerkley, number 30.
He picked up 20 on the play down to the 17. Gives the Lion offense new life here. Delau stays at the quarterback spot, gives it to Martinez again. Braylon is brought down at the 15.
Rhett Butler, 20, bringing him down along with 40. Tyler Renfro.
2-yard gain on that to the 15, brings up a 2nd down and 8. Clock rolls with 7:20 left in the game. Now Lamarcus Mcdonald comes back into the game. Chris Dowdy comes out.
Indians continue to sub in the defensive line.
Hand off to Delau. Gets wrapped up around the feet. Will fall forward to near the 11-yard line.
23, Marcus Williams, grabbing him by the legs and bringing him down.
I'll mark it at the 12 for a 3-yard gain. It brings up a 3rd down and 5. Definitely 4-down territory for Waco High here in the red zone. Martinez and Betts, the wide receivers on the far side. McDonald looking that way to pass, throws across the middle. It's complete to Martinez for the touchdown, but there is a flag on the play. See what the meaning of the flag is right there at the goal line. But it looks like they're indicating holding against Waco High of some sort.
There is no foul on the play. Touchdown.
Braylon Martinez comes up with the touchdown catch. Just his 2nd touchdown catch of the year. Good for 12 yards.
Just a little slant route right over the middle. Executed perfectly.
It looks like the Lions are going to go for 2 here. Now I thought the referee was coming to the sideline to explain something, but he's just getting into position as he sets the play clock in motion. And Waco High looking for a 2-point conversion here, and it's not going to get it as Delau is hit immediately as he gets the handoff. So with 6:22 left to go in the game, our score is now Waxahachie 41 and Waco High 12.
Destin Benson was in on that tackle, blew out the play immediately, number 21 for the Indians.
7 plays, 34 yards in 2 minutes and 33 seconds for Waco High on that possession to get their 2nd touchdown here in the 2nd half. But this has been pretty much all Waxahachie. Waco High at least has gone over the 100-yard mark in total offense. They've run 46 offensive plays for 170 yards of total offense. A lot of that here in this half.
Jaden Beck's number 5 on the near side, and Calvin Simpson, 22, on the far side, back to receive this kickoff.
Well, can Tyler Black pull it off again? See if he's going to kick it deep or looking for the onside possibility. Play clock's down to 9 as he sets his team in motion, and he's going to kick it toward the Waxahachie side. Did it go 10 yards before it was touched? Yeah, it was illegally touched by Waco High, according to the official on the far side, so it didn't go the required 10 yards, and they're going to give it to Waxahachie at the Waco 48-yard line.
Illegal touching on the kicking team. First down, Waxahachie.
So 1 for 2 tonight on onside kicks for Waco High. But it shortens the field for the Waxahachie reserves on offense, as they want to show the coaching staff we can score too.
Antonio Majors, number 60, is in at the nose guard for Waco High.
And we have a third quarterback into the game for Waxahachie, number 16, Justin Timms. He'll inside pitch to the slot back coming around. That is Eddie Pashowski.
Shoved out of bounds by 22, LZ Amos.
That goes from the 48 down to the 40-yard line for a pickup of 8.
James Johnson and Jamarcus Carprue are in at the defensive line.
Fake the handoff, keeping the football is Timms.
James Johnson in on the tackle, 98. That play went wrong from the get-go.
Picked up a yard to the 39 for Timms. Timms with the handoff. This time giving it to Khalil Hollowell.
But Sean Hall wrapping him up immediately.
And not getting the first down. That'll bring up 4th and 1, but I do see a flag down at the 40-yard line.
Darren Bible, 45, coming in for Jamarcus Carprue.
Normally when you see the umpire throwing a flag, it's a holding penalty. But it's going to go against Waco High.
Dead ball after the play. Unsportsmanlike. Number 9 of the defense. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
That'll take it down to the 24-yard line, where it's 1st and 10. Timms hands it off to Hollowell, going around the right side. He'll get 3 yards out of it, down to the 21.
Darren Bible in on the tackle, and 33 is down. Javion Moore for Waco High.
Injury, timeout.
That's not a good injury for Waco High. He's been playing on both sides of the ball for the Lions. Their numbers have been dwindling throughout the year. Hopefully they'll have enough on varsity to go to Duncanville next week. Once again, the training staff headed up by Justin Eford out to check on the injured player. Got 5:03 left in the game.
That last tackle, there were so many people involved in it, he could have gotten rolled up. His knee could have gotten rolled up.
Sargent is now joined Beck in the back, or excuse me, Tim's in the backfield.
Edwin Juarez is in, a defensive linebacker.
Inside pitch this time to 81, Anthony Fierro.
And that's who just made the tackle, Edwin Juarez.
Well, that's a good time for you to be in to make a tackle.
Senior linebacker, getting some playing action.
They lost a yard on the play. Back to the 22, brings up a 3rd down and 8. Headed around the right side is Hallowell. Flag on the play.
They lost Chappelle in on the tackle, knocking him out of bounds.
The indication is it's against Waxahachie, so it's going to come back.
.75 coming in.
Holding number 53 of the offense. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd and 18 from the 32.
We've got a new defensive nose guard, number 75, but we do not have a name for him.
Timms once again hands off to Hollowell, trying to come around the left side and slides several tackles. Backpedals his way across the 25, down to about the 22. Good determined run by Hollowell there.
DeMarcus Jones and Darren Bible in on the tackle.
Down to the 23, pick up a 9 on the play. It brings up a 4th and 9, and Waxahachie will go for it here. With 3:40 and counting left in the contest, they're on top 41-12. Inside pitch to Eddie Probisky. He's going to get the 1st down, or get very close to it, down at the 14-yard line. And once again, we got another Lion down on the field.
Vashawn Hall.
Injury, timeout.
One of your mainstay linebackers, Vashawn Hall, being looked at by the training staff.
It looked like 2 of the Waco High defenders ran into each other right around that corner. And fatigue is coming into play now also. They've just been on the field way too far, way too long.
Probisky picked up the 1st down on that 4th down and 9. He got exactly the 9 yards needed down to the 14-yard line.
Looks like he just may have a cramp.
That's good to know. Those are easily solved. As Butch would say, just get him a little pickle juice.
Number 27, Tim Sandifer, is in now to play at the linebacker position.
Hand off to Sargent. He's hit as soon as he gets the ball. And dropped for a 1-yard loss back to the 15.
Darren Paul, 44, wrapping him up immediately at the line of scrimmage.
But the clock continues to roll, under 3 minutes to go in the contest. Waxahachie has this one in the bag at 41-12. They're trying to roll off the last 6 minutes and 22 seconds of the game on this drive. They've done a pretty good job of it so far. Coaching staff letting the play clock run down before they get the play in. Got number 99 in at the running back spot. That's Brady Wilson, and Wilson will take the handoff. Waco High will dump him in the backfield.
6'3", 320-pounder.
So his carry will be for a loss back to the 18-yard line. Bring up a 3rd down and 14.
He's a senior.
Yeah, the Indians are pretty pumped up about that carry for Wilson. Celebrating with him on the far sideline that he was able to get into the game and carry the football. Hollowell takes the football this time.
LZ Amos, 22, and Bible, number 45, in on that tackle.
They only got it a yard up to the 17-yard line. Brings up a 4th and 13, but the clock is still running with a minute and a half left to go as Waxahachie looking to maybe get another first down here to hold on to the football, or Waco High's defense looking for their 3rd stop on defense tonight. And off to Sargent coming around the left side. He'll be hauled down at the 15-yard line for a 2-yard gain, and the ball will go over on downs for the 3rd time tonight.
James Johnson in on the tackle there. Good defensive effort put up by the Waco Lions there here late in the 4th quarter.
So Waco gets the ball with just a minute 10 left to go in the game. Down 41-12. As Waxahachie had the ball for 5 minutes and 12 seconds on that drive.
You know, Waco High has a young team out there on their defensive side of the ball, only starting about 3 seniors, so they'll have most of his team back, along with this group of 9th graders are going to come up and help supplement in the sophomores next year.
Braylon Martinez in the backfield with Lamarcus Mcdonald. Gets the handoff. Tries to find some running room. There's little room there.
Number 40, Tyler Renfro, in on the tackle for the Indians.
Going to give him to the 19-yard line for a gain of 4. 2nd down and 6. Clock continues to roll. Waco High could run 2 more plays, but we'll see if they make it 1 more, as the clock is under 40 seconds. Give it to Martinez, trying to string it out. He'll get it to the 18 for a loss of 1.
Injury timeout.
Member of the offensive line trying to walk it off.
Julian Watkins, number 50.
Well, we've seen him do this once before tonight, probably a 2nd cramp.
Looks like Ryan Lopez will come in and substitute in for him.
Clock stopped with 21 seconds
There will
to go.
be no 10-second runoff due to the injury. Timeout, Waco High.
Waco High calls the timeout to preserve the clock. No sense in taking those timeouts to the locker room with you.
Not at all.
Waco High will fall to 0-9 on the season and 0-6 in district play, while Waxahachie is looking to improve their record to 6-3 overall, but more importantly 4-2 in district play, trying to solidify a spot in the postseason as the number 3 or number 4 representative. I don't know if it's wishful thinking or planning ahead, but on their webpage of Max Preps, they already have them scheduled to play Temple in the first round of the playoffs. We'll see if that comes to fruition or not. Final play of the game. McDonald back to pass. He's going to heave one to the near sideline, and it's well overthrown. A couple of flags thrown.
Going to be defensive holding on number 24. Donnell Wilson St. Jr.
Montre Jones had gotten loose. He wanted to make sure that he didn't get burned.
Defensive holding on an eligible pass receiver. 10-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
They at least get one more play. It'll come from the 29-yard line with 12 seconds to go. A direct snap goes to Omarion DeLeo. He'll be run out of bounds at the 35. A pickup of 6 for man-man.
Destin Benson, 21, knocking him down.
I do not see Lamarcus Mcdonald. So they'll continue with DeLau at the quarterback spot.
Yeah, Lamarcus is down on the sideline on the 42-yard line.
Fake the handoff. DeLau trying to find running room, and we be smothered at the 36-yard line, and he picked up all of 5 yards on the play, but that's going to be it. As the Waxahachie Indians got off to a quick start in this one and never looked back as they defeat the Waco Lions by a score of 41-12. For Hal Harris and our entire crew here at Waco ISD TV, I'm Lark Smith. Good night for Waco ISD Stadium.